Chatting with Cherubs.
Hello and welcome back to Chatting with Cherubs. I'm Morgan Rees. I'm here with the wonderful
Gearóid Farrelly, and I'm here with the truly unsettling
Josh Jones.
Hey, Josh, for
How
the
are we
listeners.
all? Yeah.
What have you got in your hand?
Just a microphone.
And-
This. I wasn't going to bring it up. Thank you so much for bringing it up. It's more pottery that I've painted myself because I'm a pottery painter now. So let me just. This one is really good.
Josh put it to the camera. Can you explain it to the listeners? What does it look like?
It's a cupcake and it's multicolored, and I painted it, and the woman said it was the best thing painted all day in the shop.
Really?
Oh.
I didn't hear her say it, but I knew she was saying it to her friend in a different room when I went there. But so I've been pottery painting a few times now, and that's good. You've got to remember, that's actually, you'd buy that.
Oh, no, I know. Yeah, I would, yeah. I mean, you say that quite threateningly.
You would buy it.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking of maybe starting selling pots that I've painted. You don't.
We need to get you back on the circuit.
This is not good. I gotta be honest. It's like somebody with a head injury started working in Oliver Banass.
I have actually been gigging. So I'll put this down.
No, can we talk about this before we talk about your gigs? Like I think it is beautiful, but why is there coal on the top of the cupcakes?
It's not coal. It's chocolate drops. Black chocolate.
Black?
Yeah, dark chocolate. It's not like dark chocolate.
I thought, should they not be red cherries?
But I had black. And I just thought it would make it pop more because everything else is more colourful. I thought that would make it pop more.
Well, it draws your eye.
I think it's a true reflection of you, Josh. I think it's a great,
colourful.
it's colourful,
Dark.
inexplicable. I love it.
It's great. But no, right, can I just say, where can this go? We always joke about me not gigging. I still gig a lot. But this week, I've gigged 6 nights in a row.
Whoa.
I haven't done that in a long time, and I'm not cut out for it anymore.
But you hardly got any pottery painting in.
I need days off. You were there when I was trying to convince James to let me cancel my driving lesson tomorrow because I'm just overwhelmed.
He's worked an hour a day, 5 days in a row, and it's enough.
I've just travelled a lot.
Yeah.
Lots of miles
this
week. I feel like a long distance lorry driver.
Where's the furthest you've been?
Yeah, there and back in a day.
Yeah.
That's like 3 hours, and then the day before was like 2 hours there and back in a day.
Yeah.
It adds up, Morgan.
Trust me, I've had it this week as well.
He's driven from London.
I'm going back today.
I think that is the one thing that will put anybody off stand-up, is that if they knew how much of the traveling we have to do.
It's the hardest thing about the job.
I did a run of shows there last week. Was it last week? And I on Thursday night I had to do a show, and I stayed late at the show because I had family at it. And then the next morning I had to get up at 4:00 and get a flight to London at 6, and then do the run through of a panel show, and then fly back at 3, and then go straight and do the show again.
But I've also had a long week.
You went to Bolton and back last night.
Oh yeah. Well, last night wasn't as dramatic. I was in Bolton, which is Greater Manchester, but
well, you were talking about earlier. It's like you were saying to me, "I just need some time to rest," and I was like, "You had 2 glasses of wine while your boyfriend rubbed your feet last night." And I know because I was there
after a show. I did a full show, a tour show. But yeah, and I've got to go to London this week.
London.
I've avoided it for a while, but I've got to go.
You'll love it. It's great.
You'll love it.
London.
No, I don't hate it. I genuinely think people have got this misunderstanding that I hate London.
I wonder why.
No. When somebody says, I hate London all of the time, even when somebody just references London, I think it's a fair assumption.
Yeah. I don't hate London. I like visiting, when I've got a hotel paid for.
Yeah.
Then it's fine.
Honestly, I say this all the time. I think London is the best city in the world when you've got to come down when it's sunny. And we've already spoke the other day. We have to do a big knees up here in Manchester in the summer, and we have to do one in Dublin.
But I said I am coming. I'm planning on coming to London for a few days, not for work. When have I ever done that in my life?
I know.
Because James is meeting up some old uni friends, and I said, "Oh, we can get someone to look after the dog. I'll come with you, and then I can go out with yous."
That'd be great.
But that's more because he would have paid for an hotel, so I could just.
What Josh is saying is that he doesn't hate London, but he hates paying for a hotel in London.
I'm going to get buried with this.
That's where we'll put your ashes.
Oh my God, you can pop me ashes in there.
Yeah.
Oh.
Will it be big enough?
Well, I think that it's like it's kind of like a symbol of life. You know, it's nice and frothy and lovely, and then there's these dark patches of evil right in the middle.
But yeah, I think it's weird. It's weird that you're buying a house.
I know.
Not Morgan, not my little child.
Little baby.
Morgan.
Yeah. Right, dick joke slinging Reese over here.
Yeah, that's crazy. Well, I'm gonna put some money into this house, but that's but I think eventually one day we might end up going somewhere else, maybe, and then that'll be the first time I've ever bought a house. And when I buy an house, I want to get a ribbon and cut it. Do you know like they do when you open a supermarket?
Yeah. I think you should get someone that you really love to cut the ribbon.
Yeah, Kelly Clarkson.
Kelly Clarkson.
Yeah, Sherry Houston.
Yeah, and we get Saran Jones to come and cut me ribbon.
I think Saran Jones has to cut the ribbon of your house.
Yeah, we could do that.
She's done a couple of Netflix things now that have like damaged her stock, so I'm sure she'd be available.
Do you think that the one where she was with the one who were in Doctor Who and they was doing the bank robbers in Spain, do you think that kind of...
Yeah, I think that hasn't done her any favours.
I didn't like
I didn't even finish it.
We watched the first bit together.
Yeah, we watched the first episode and we were like, nah, done, out.
And I
Eject.
thought I could watch everything of Saran Jones's, but it was the first time I was like, do you know what, Josh? You have to separate the art from the artist.
So you went straight back into your Mein Kampf, didn't you?
Yeah.
And I was like, this is not for me.
No.
Yeah.
And
No, it just wasn't that good. I love the Prime Minister one.
I like the Prime Minister one. There were bits that were a bit so I couldn't get my head around. I think I spoke about it on this.
Yeah.
When the dad had moved from Oldham to London. That never happened. But I thought it was fine. But I thought it was fine. I thought it was 6 out of 10, the Prime Minister one.
I actually thought it was better. I would go like...
It's not in a top 3 thing she's ever done, ever.
No. Apparently they're making a third Dr. Foster.
I know, yeah. That'll be good.
Well, they didn't need a second Dr. Foster, so I don't know where they're going with this.
Oh. This is turned into a Saran Jones slam. And I actually love... If this ever gets back to Saran, I love her
She'd
so
be
much.
very hurt.
6 out of 10.
6
Yeah. But Scott and Bailey's 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Gentleman Jack.
Yeah.
I'd say that's a 10.
Yeah. She's probably listening to this going, these 4 out of 10 fucks judging me like this.
But not everything you can do is great.
100%.
No, listen to my better podcast, Dead Drama. No.
Monster.
But no, not everything you can do is great. I just think if you're an actor as well, you have to. Not every script you're going to be given is great, and sometimes if you've not worked in 6 months,
you
just got to take the fucking gig.
Oh my God, circle back to this looking around place because the first time I've had to deal with estate agents outside of rent. But I so hated finding a new. When I was renting, I would just find somewhere and I would just stay there forever. I stayed in my last, and I haven't been.
And it was shit. The one in Bristol. No, it was.
Nice.
It was lovely. Your bedroom was.
My bedroom was shit. It had no windows.
The flat was lovely, but your bedroom was.
It was a 2-bed, and I stayed in the cupboard.
Yeah.
What?
For 7 years.
I was a self-appointed Harry Potter.
And when I stayed at his flat, I had more space on his sofa than he had in his bedroom.
Did you have a window?
Window wouldn't open. It would go into the atrium of the... It wasn't allowed to, so yeah. But the door open.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was tiny. The flat was lovely. Downstairs was lovely, but you slept in a cupboard.
It was 7 years.
No.
But cheap.
It was cheap. I mean, put off many a person.
I would imagine, I'd imagine it was like, let's go to yours.
Yeah, a lot of that.
Yeah,
Do you have windows?
I remember when I was shagging that, I was dating that guy who, the one whose mum was a PM.
Yeah.
She was a what?
An MP, not PM. MP. Yeah, she's private. His mum was Theresa May. His mum was an MP, and he came from money. And it's funny because he went to like one of the best boarding schools in the country, and then we looked up the alumni, and a load of it is famous comedians we know, because loads of them went to boarding school. But his mum and dad were so rich, they bought him like a 2-bed flat in the centre of London, in like Zone 1 of London. So we were like really rich, and then he came to an house share that I were living in Peckham, and he was like, didn't really come again.
both meanings of the word.
Yeah.
Where was the flat?
Where was where we got bladdered when the day the Queen died?
Yeah.
No, we
did a pub crawl of it.
No, it was on a funeral.
On a funeral, we would go from pub to pub, catching up on it.
But we just stayed in one big ad and watched it in Vauxhall. It was in Vauxhall.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's the only way I can remember it. The day that me and you got bladdered on the Queen's funeral.
Yeah.
For Queen and Country. Thank you very much.
Yeah. CUNT.
But yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
God. He sounds like a catch.
He were all right, wasn't he?
Nice.
I just don't think we had anything in common whatsoever.
No, not at all.
But he was fit
Oh wow.
and rich.
Oh wow.
So
Your type.
yeah.
But I was thinking about with the estate agents. Obviously, they're trying to upsell the places. Everything we go to, they're selling it like it's like no matter if. So the place that we're thinking about putting an offer in is. It's like
I actually, you showed me photos.
Oh yes, showed you the photos, didn't I? So exposed.
I was like, yeah, I think it looks good. There's walls. I can see walls.
Yeah, there's some walls behind the things they're hoarding. And like the walls are clearly painted white but look brown. Do you know what I mean?
It'll need completely decorated, and I want to help.
Well, they said it's laminate floor, and they went, "We did it ourselves." Like, we know. Like rather than going around the door frame, you've just done a big square cutout.
Oh God!
And it's stuff like that. But it's all over, so it's hoarded. But in the living room, there was it must have been I assume their son. And he was sat on the sofa. There was a tiny table in front of him and a small flat screen TV on there. He was playing the PlayStation. And we stuck our head into the living room. And his mum went, "Oh, they're here to see the flat." And he went, "Okay." He just paused it. And he stood up, and that was it.
Do people not leave when they're selling an house?
Yeah.
Do you not leave? I'd find it weird if they were other people.
I went to see a place in Salford, and the person that showed me around was the woman that owns it.
Yeah.
And it was newly decorated, and it was nice.
Yeah.
But I was just like, there's no way I'm buying this. It's so off-putting straight away because, the place was a little bit...
Yeah.
Like there was she had a lot of, I think she had a lot of clothes, she had a lot of wardrobes, and it was fine. It was fine. But then she was being really like, "Welcome to Salford. You're going to be so happy here." And I was like, "Not in this place. No, thank you." But the estate agent just hung back the whole time. It was really, really weird.
The owner shouldn't be there. I don't.
Yeah, then you can't ask questions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have also found that it's always the places that aren't nice. Owner will show you around.
Yeah.
It's never a nice place the owner will show you around.
I have no experience of buying a house, but I've been rewatching, binging Modern Family, and I love Phil Dunphy. He's probably one of my favourite sitcom characters, and he's an estate agent, and it makes me be like, oh, I bet all estate agents are like that, but I don't think they are.
No, we've been stunned by one, because again, we got to the point where they're trying to sell us the property. They're really nice, but now they're trying to make the most money for the seller. Their shittiness has come out. It's like, hey, if you come with our in-house mortgage broker, we can advocate you better. It's like, okay, here it is. And the one thing I've never understood, new experience for me, they're like, oh, we've had another offer. That's just your word.
Yeah.
Show me the other offer. It's like, because that's just me making stuff up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't believe them at all. I think they're all charlatans. Like, we went to see this place a while ago in Dublin, and it was an absolute dump. Like, it was really an absolute tip, and they'd done absolutely nothing. And then this like estate agent showed up like in his dad's suit, like he was about 23 years of age.
What is it about the ill-fitting suits in every estate agent?
And he was just like, he was just behaving like he was a dog with two dicks, like, basically. And so we were walking out, and I was like, no way would I spend money on this place. And he was like, okay, lads, so what's the story? What do we think? And I just said, I think you should have flushed the fucking toilet. And walked by. Thank you so much for listening to Chatting with Cherubs. If you're enjoying the show, please help us grow, and you can do that by subscribing wherever you do your listening, giving us a 5-star review, commenting, sharing, and also just telling somebody about the podcast that you think otherwise wouldn't hear about it. Also, if you see us on social media, you can follow us at Chatting with Cherubs everywhere. Just please throw us a like, a share, or a comment. We'd love to hear from you. And if you want to get in touch, chattingwithcherubs@gmail.com. We also have a Patreon, and in return for your pledge, you will get a bonus episode every single Tuesday. Can't say fairer than that.
God, you did good there.
That was so much better than mine. That was so much better than mine.
Well, I didn't call them slags.
I'm panicked. If Prince Harry was gay, right,
Okay.
and he got with me,
Oh, yeah.
would I still be... Would
You'd
they
still be gay.
Yeah, would I still be gay? But would have they been like up for it in the royals, or would I not be a prince? I don't know how it works.
I really don't know.
Oh, I don't think so. I don't think they'd be up for it at all.
Do you not? But then
No.
they'd get so much shit if they wasn't up for it.
Yeah, but they were weird about Meghan.
They'd have to they were weird about Meghan.
Especially considering how much you don't like London. Do you know what I mean? You'd be...
Yeah.
But I think I'd be all right with it if I was staying in Buckingham Palace.
Yeah, I know, but you'd still...
I don't think you would. I think you'd complain how busy it was.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't go anywhere.
Yeah.
I think it's... it'd be interesting, wouldn't it? I wonder, will there be a gay royal? I mean, there was a lot of talk about your man. What was his name?
Will.
No, the guy,
Charles.
Edward.
Oh, he's Edmund, not Edward. He's his other brother.
Yeah.
Was he? Well, younger photos of him, he was quite fit.
Yeah, there was. I remember there was like a bit of.
Was he
Is
gay?
he? Isn't he? Yeah, Lily Savage used to make jokes about him being gay.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah. I wonder how they would take it.
Imagine if that's the thing that ends the monarchy.
And they're gay. After they've just had the nonce.
They've had the nonce.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if the nonce isn't going to take down the monarchy, what is?
Yeah, exactly. Jesus.
Do you think the monarchy will be here for the rest of our lives?
I think so, but I think
insane.
it'll wane.
Yeah, I think it's. I mean, it's mad. Like, from the outside looking in, it's insane.
Yeah.
Like, I remember when we were doing shows the day the Queen died. We were in a Queen's theatre, and they were like, when the Queen dies,
You have to...
there'll be an announcement, and you need to walk off stage and blah, blah, blah. And we were just like,
Yeah.
no.
We had to do a minute silence.
At a comedy gig.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they did it through your performance.
Yeah.
Was harsh.
Yeah.
A bit of new. Throw in a bit of new.
Because I was gigging the day she died, and then on her funeral, me and you got bladdered.
Yeah, I can't remember where she was when I died.
It just seems weird that
No
this
way.
whole...
She died.
Yeah.
I remember exactly where I was all the times I died.
Yeah. She's been dead for ages now.
Yeah, it's a long time.
But yeah, but also I think Ireland's weird from looking in. Like when your Prime Minister was playing basketball, that old woman. That woman was trying to become Prime Minister and
the president.
and when she was trying to become president and she was playing basketball, I was like, this is crazy.
Yeah, she's a bit of an outlier, all right.
She seems fun.
Yeah, she seems fun. I don't really know that much about her now.
How much power do they have?
The president has no power.
So who has the power?
It would be the Prime
people.
Minister.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Josh.
Who has the power?
Be the Prime Minister.
So you have
Or
a
Taoiseach.
Prime Minister and a President.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's so confusing.
Josh, every country has that.
No, they don't.
Every European country does.
Has a Prime Minister and a President.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A head of state and a head of government.
But what's the separation? What does that even mean?
Well, so the government can bring laws in
Yeah.
but the president has to sign them into law. So like the government can make legislation, but then the president agrees to make it law.
Oh, it's like when the king has to sign some shit.
Yeah, so that's what it was replacing.
But he doesn't have any power.
But it's just that it's like they get elected.
Yeah.
The president gets elected as opposed to it being a bloodline thing.
Oh, who gets paid more? President or prime minister?
Oh, I don't know. I would imagine they're probably pretty similar.
Yeah.
I'd be fuming if I was a prime minister doing all the work and they just have to sign a few papers and they get paid the exact same. And they're trying to fix the country and she's off playing fucking basketball.
Isn't it mad to think that if like there must be we'll come into a generation soon where a president, so assumedly a president is on payroll, is on PAYE, there must be a president at some point that out of their president's salary they'll have student loan deductions.
Yeah.
Oh my God, yeah. I remember a president, there was an ex-president that did an interview on television and they were saying what's it like to live in the Oris and Neutron, which is the president's house in the Phoenix Park. And they were saying, well, it's quite difficult to get a takeaway delivered. Like that when they first moved there, all our kids were going mad because every time they ordered a Chinese, they were like, oh yeah, go on.
Could you get an Uber Eats or delivery order to Downing Street? 10 Downing Street.
Yeah, I think there must be some security, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, Tom Hutchinson, Tom Haunton, when he used to live in the Tower of London, I think he did a video about how you order something into the Tower of London.
He lived in the Tower of London?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because his dad was one of the beef eaters.
Oh.
Yeah. That's what they called, isn't it?
Yeah.
I got shouted at the Tower of London.
Why?
For taking photos of the crown jewels. I think she thought I was trying to do a heist. She was like, put your camera away. Pretended I couldn't hear her for a minute.
Scoping it out. I've been caught.
I wouldn't have rubbed anything in there anyway. It was all tacky and shit. Like a lot of the Queen's jewels look like they're from fucking B&M. They're all too sparkly. Like it's too much.
Do you want to give her one of your dishes?
Yeah, this is. There's nothing classy like this. This is classy and that. Like this, you won't get this in B&M. This is.
No.
This is Dunelm, this.
Imagine that at the coronation.
It's Oliver Bonas, yeah.
The Archbishop comes carrying out this out.
Is something you get in John Lewis, this. But
it's the black cherries. I find
You've not
them
been able to
unnerving.
move past
I
this.
can't get past it.
yeah,
Can't get past it.
Yeah, it's artistic. But yeah, when I was at the Tower of London and I was looking at all the crown jewels and getting shouted at and stuff, I did think like I wouldn't rob any of this. Loads of it would have tacky. I don't think a lot of the jewels are nice. And that's my weird statement. But
you're coming across as someone that tries to hit on someone, they get rejected. I wasn't even interested in you anyway.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even sleep with you. You asked me to.
Yeah.
No, not for me. I do think that all of that stuff is very weird in a country. Like, I don't think Ireland has that much of it. Like, we've got like the Book of Kells and stuff, but we don't have the jewels or the treasure. Never seen it. It's in Trinity College. Yeah, on the you Google and you go, that's it. It's just a book, and I think they turn the page every day. It's in Trinity College. It sounds exhausting.
What do you think you would be the good face of, ambassador of? Because you never sell Ireland whenever you talk about that.
But it's just
what's your favourite thing about Ireland?
Oh.
And you can't say your family. Don't think you would have done, but
I like the coastline.
Yeah.
I like walks along the beach.
Yeah.
What's
your favourite town that's not favourite place that's not Dublin?
I really like Waterford. The beaches down in Waterford are lovely, and there's a place called Tramore, which is kind of like tacky but cool. I really like it.
But what do you think you? Okay, well, I think we got to wrap up. But what do you think you would genuinely be face of, a honest ambassador of, and you would do a great service as an ambassador of?
I think I do it on this podcast all the time. My butchers, my local butchers, and greengrocers. Probably like a bakery. Or I'm a big ambassador of this that shopping sale where you paint pots. Bean and brush.
I gotta be honest, you are vocally a great ambassador.
Yeah.
But then when you see the output, you're like,
fuck off. You said that was really good before.
I know, I'm only messing. It's really lovely. It's really lovely.
It's really good.
The cow in your kitchen is unsettling.
Yeah.
But this is
We're talking about
yeah.
it's a different pottery.
And this, I painted
Gearóid isn't
this.
slamming someone.
I painted this as well.
And for the listeners, can you describe it, Gearóid?
So that was me. That was the first day with the cow. So, like, you've got to see the improvement from that to that. Do you not think?
Yeah, definitely. Like, this is very much 12-year-old that's had an operation and they're doing this as part of their rehabilitation.
Yeah, this is someone that's got new hands.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, you've been in this. This is very much.
That was my first try.
Josh painted this. Josh lost a finger on a railing.
Do you know how everyone?
Can we describe what it is for the listeners, please?
It's one of those pot houses where you put a little tea light in it and it lights the house
Oh,
up.
is that what it is?
Yeah. So, of course it is. How can you not tell? So yeah, the light comes out the windows. It's really cool when it happens. And I painted it. It's the first pottery. Well, the first day I went, it's got my name on it, and then I painted the cow as well in there. But you've got to see the improvement from that to the other one.
Certainly.
Can I ask a couple of questions about just some of the colour choices made?
Oh, yeah. So
Why have you painted the house black?
Why is it? I think they should just take the black paint from Josh.
because,
Is it dark chocolate
No,
again?
it was because I was painting it brown and then I used a different brown and I couldn't remember what brown I used, so I just painted over it in black.
But like you know, like when you see an 80s TV show and they want to let you know that there's child abuse going on.
Yeah.
So they show like a kid painting and then they get a black crayon and they just scribble all over it. That's what this is.
I will be really honest. When people first looked at this, everyone was like, do you know when I could tell everyone's like looking at me like, is he having a breakdown? Like, that's great. Well done. Whereas when people, now I've practiced and I've got better, when people look at this, it's jealousy in their eyes and I can see it. And people want to buy this because it's amazing.
Yeah.
I am genuinely really proud of this. I'm really proud of it. I love it so much.
It's lovely. It's really, really nice. I think
Thank
you've
you.
done
And we
such
will
a
put
great
your
job.
ashes in it, Josh,
Yeah.
I promise.
Yay.
Terrifying.
I do like a comment you made about your ashes earlier. We skipped over it, but it really made me laugh. Is that you were even worried about your size in death because you talked about your ashes. You went, "Oh, will I fit?"
No, yeah,
We'll just even off the top.
like an overflow pipe.
Yeah.
I'm going on a cut. I'm cutting for the ashes box.
Yes, we'll just drag a spatula across the top.
So you talking to a new PT. So what's your fitness goals?
I want to fit in my urn. I picked out a lovely urn and I don't think I'll fit in it.
They said they don't do flames strong enough.
Thank you so much for listening to Chatting with Cherubs. I am on tour in Ireland from September. I'll be in Australia in April and I will be in Edinburgh in August. I've got another podcast called Agony Rants and all the other info's on Instagram at Gearóid Farrelly. Morgan.
Hello, and I am on tour later this year with a show called What a Bummer. You can get all the tickets on morganreescomedy.com, and it is a UK and Ireland tour. And if you are enjoying this podcast, do please like, share, and follow it wherever you listen to it on, and also on social media. If you could like, save, comment, it could be a simple little comment, but it just all really, really helps push it up that algorithm and get it seen by people that wouldn't otherwise have seen it. I know that sounds very needy, but thank you so much for doing that anyway. And Josh.
Hi, my name's Josh Jones, and if you like this, you can buy it from me. Shall we start a bidding? No, I don't want to sell it. I don't want to sell it.
Comedian and ceramicist.
So, you can get tickets to me tour at joshjonescomedy.com, and there's a place called Bean and Brush where I painted this. There you go.
We'll see you next week, everybody.
Bye.